Hey, what's going on, fellas? It's your boy here, and we are back. And we got some fire going on here. So we have the two legendary remix, or legendary and mythic remix banners for legendary Corrin and also Lilina. And we're about to hop right in and do some summons because Baddie is over here, Guidance 4 basically. So I need to get a copy of her. I'm obligated by law to summon to get a copy of her. So we're going to do that, but before we do that, we're just going to take a look at these color sharings and see if there's any particular colors on either of these banners you want to snipe for. Now, we have a varied assortment of good stuff here. We've got a bunch of rearmed heroes, which is very good. We have some nice legendary heroes and so on and so forth. So starting with the Corrin banner, we have legendary Corrin, of course. Her refine was pretty good. She has access to Guard 4 now as a fodder skill, so if you want to give that around, that's not too shabby. It's a pretty good skill to just give to a rearmed hero, because Guard 3 is not that difficult of a prerequisite to get. And she does have Distant Counter as well, which can be a nice prerequisite for other skills, of course. And then Negating Fang 2, comboed with her Refine, makes her pretty tanky against Brave attacks. I actually think she's a solid frontliner to a degree. Of course, tanking is very sus right now, but I mean, the way that she does it with non-pierceable DR is definitely the way to do it. So I do think this Corrin has some potential. Okay, so she is color sharing with Alchrist, who is actually a really nice rearmed hero. He's one of the better ones because he's actually a pretty competent player phaser himself. He can do a lot of damage with the combo of his weapon and his B skill. Fodder-wise, he's not the craziest with his base kit. Like, Flash Sparrow isn't that crazy. Deadeye is okay, but what makes this guy nuts is that he's a ranged infantry type. So you're free to give him a bunch of really good infantry exclusive skills, and he can pass those around later. So he's a nice unit to pick up and a nice unit to merge up because of his effectiveness. Then on blue, we've got Legendary Crom, who is probably the single best unit on this banner. Just a phenomenal unit with a really good remix and refine. I got him at plus 10, and I use him any chance I get. I'm very glad that I have him at plus 10 of any legendary hero, because he's like one of the oldest units in the game that is still like hella relevant right now. He's color sharing with the legendary Azura, who's, I mean, she's okay. She's a flying dancer. That's always going to be useful. You can give her a lot of good stuff like Rock Slide Dance or Firestorm Dance, Guidance 4, Soaring Guidance, and All Deny. So she's okay. She can certainly still put in work. Not so much as a, like, top-tier dancer anymore. I think the other flying dancers definitely have one-upped her by now, but she's still pretty solid. Then on green, we've got Gunthra color sharing with Legendary Hector. This is booty. Both of these guys are way past their prime, so green is a big skip on this one. And then finally on red, we've got Legendary Sigurd, and he's accompanied by the other rearmed hero, who is Arcane Lif. Actually, no, it's not Arcane Lif. It's Mythic Lif. Oh, okay. All right, that's a little different. That also means red is just a skip, pretty much just like green. If it was rearmed Lif, I would have been like, okay, Sigurd is still Sigurd. He's still really nice, and then you could possibly get a rearmed hero here, but nah. If you're summoning on this banner, focus on colorless and blue. That's where you're going to get your value from. Okay, now moving on to Lilina's banner, I guess we might as well start with the reason why I'm summoning on this banner. Guidance 4 is still only on this one unit, so if you don't have access to Guidance 4, it's just miserable in summoner duels. I did summon to get Soaring Guidance on Ivy, which I actually still have my copy of Ivy in my box, and I was waiting specifically to get this Tana, so I could give her Soaring Guidance and then give, like, a million billion units Guidance 4 and Soaring Guidance at the same time. So hopefully I can get a copy of her here. She is accompanied by Mythic Air, who is really not so great anymore as a Mythic hero. However, by a very rare turn of events, I do actually have a lot of merges on Air. I have her at plus 7. So any copies of her is just higher scoring for me in Light Season. So I'll definitely take that, I guess. Merges of her or just copies of Tana would be great. Then on red, of course, we've got Legendary Lilina, who is the remixed and refined hero of this banner. Pretty good unit, actually. Like, the refine on her, it wasn't as, like, insane as some of the previous remixes, but just the merit of her being a ranged cavalry type with Gifted Magic, which is a really good AoE, and then her weapon is now giving her, like, true damage based on attack, I believe, or it's either attack or true damage based on res, can't remember. But it's very good regardless. Then they also gave her built-in times pulse, so she's doing pretty good right now. And then she is accompanied by one of the better arcane heroes. We've got Arcane Crom here. So Arcane Devour is still probably the best inheritable sword, I want to say, except maybe like one of the brave ones. And he's got some solid fodder here. Speed and defense snag is pretty nice, although it's specifically only good on units that can reposition and then move again. So like units like the Arcane Lucina and also the Brave Crom are units that make very good use of that. And then he's got Clash 4 as well, which is pretty good. Infantry Speed Tactic is, I mean, it's still a tactic skill. It's still solid, but I think the new Null Follow-Up 4, or what is it called again? Infantry Null Follow 4, I think is what it's called. That one I think is a little better than Infantry Speed Tactic now. Okay, then on blue, we've got Legendary Julia and also Legendary Ephraim, which is a big skip. Actually, I think Julia is going to be coming up on her remix very soon. So, actually, didn't she get... Oh, I think she got hers already. Wait, didn't she get, like, built-in close counter against dragons? Something like that. Yeah, so both of these guys actually remixed already, and they're not anything crazy. So that's a skip. And then finally on green, we've got Hell, accompanied by the Legendary Edelgard here. Hell is kind of interesting. You see her quite a lot in Summoner Duels, surprisingly, just because of the ability to warp to enemies with her Refine, and then she also has the built-in Miracle. If you can't tank anymore, like, tanking has become impossible with how crazy the offensive threats are. So we're really looking at Miracle effects now to live. So just the fact that Hell can warp and also have Miracle gives her some effectiveness in SD. Although, I mean, Gatekeeper just shuts her down. I typically run Gatekeeper when I'm playing SD, so I don't really have any issues with Hell, but she can be a threat if you're unable to, like, shut her out and zone her out from being able to warp. And then we have Legendary Edelgard, who is a lot better than a lot of people think, I believe. She may not be one of the better Edelgards right now, looking at Winter Edelgard, but she's still solid. There's not too many units in the game that are able to do what she can do, which is take 3 actions in a turn. She's getting a lot of stats now out of her Refine as well, so she's okay. She can certainly do some stuff, but not so much a unit I would recommend investing in at this point if you haven't already. So let's go ahead and start summoning here. We're going to knock out our freebie over here. Is there anything that I want specifically? I guess Alchrist would be the best possible thing, so let's go for that. I've got a lot of good skills on my Alchrist. Okay, that is not Alchrist. Let me know your 3-star or 4-star freebie summon on this banner. I love how I just assumed everyone got crap on their free summon there. All right, let's head over to this Lilina banner over here, which is what we really want to go for. Okay, so we're targeting colorless here because, like I said, I want to get Tana. I might go to get, like, 1 copy. Maybe I want more than 1. I don't know. Like, Guidance 4 and Soaring Guidance, right? We're talking about the most meta shit possible for Summoner Duels. It's also really good for Aether Raids and Aether Raids defense. Like, offense and defense alike. So it's just good everywhere. It's just good everywhere, man. Who am I kidding? Movement is the best thing in the game. I've been preaching this since Book 5. When they introduced Kanto, I was like, yeah, movement is a little too good. Okay, we get a copy of Air there, so I guess that's 1 merge. So my Air is at +8 now. Hopefully we get Tana. Like, I don't care if we get a bunch of Airs. I just want 1 copy of Tana. That's all I want, man. I just need that 1 copy of Guidance 4. Because that 1 copy is going to lead to, like, 10 other units ending up getting it for me. I've held on to so many Arcane Inherits just waiting for this one thing. So this is going to be pretty big for me. Okay, should we hit red, actually? I mean, Lilina's pretty good. I don't really need more than what I have of her. Oh, man, am I going to have to buy orbs? Banner ends in 13 days, so there is time. I actually had a lot more orbs than I have right now. But I ended up summoning on the New Year banner to get Satyr and Hater. I couldn't resist, guys. I saw Satyr's damage dart, and Homegirl was packing a little too much junk in the trunk, so your boy had to add her to the barracks there. But really what sparked me to summon on that New Year banner was after I did my top 5 videos for, like, top 5 best units of every color in the game right now. And I realized I still had Satyr and Hater as a top 5 blue unit in the game, and I thought blue was the best color. So any unit that can make top 5 blue right now, despite how stacked the blue pool is, I think is doing pretty good. So that was why I decided to just go ahead and get a copy of them now while I had the chance. Okay, it doesn't look like we're going to get Tana here, which is a little disappointing. But we still have 13 days left to go for this. So it's not like I'm going to be, like, out of luck here. As orbs come in from new events and stuff, we should be getting a trailer for the upcoming seasonal banner pretty soon as well. I believe that banner is going to be for the desert units. Like, whatever desert theme they decide to go for. They've done... What have they done so far? They did Plegia. They did Hatari as well. And they did... What else did they do for deserts? I think they did Nabata as well. And they did Caden once too. So what's going to be the next desert they do? I wonder. Okay, so if not colorless, I guess we're going for red here. Maybe we at Crom or Lilina. Okay, actually, that's not a bad pull. Fee is a unit I'm trying to merge up. We got plus speed also. Pretty good. All right, yeah, that's my first copy of her with plus speed. So we'll take that as a win. Okay, this is going to be our final summon, guys. Can we just get this one copy of Tana? Okay, here we go, man. Let's go. Okay, yeah. I mean, the guy who invented colorless hell, basically. That's who we end on. All right, sure. Yeah, so I'm just going to keep tossing orbs on this banner as days pass until I'm able to either get to the Spark or get my copy of Tana. I don't know if I have to spend money on orbs right now, but, like, I'm just going to wait it out and see what goes on, because we're definitely getting a Tempest trial for the Caden banner, or not Caden banner, the Desert banner that's upcoming. So we're going to get a lot of orbs from that, and then the Paralogs and stuff. So I think I'll be able to get enough free-to-play orbs to get to a Spark here. So I don't think I need to spend money, fortunately. But if I do, I will actually do it, because I need to get this unit no matter what. So yeah, I would say if you're going to summon on either of these banners, on this one over here, you definitely want to target the colorless and blue pool. Colorless probably is just better because you got the rearmed hero and also Corrin. But blue, because you got two pretty solid legendary heroes there, that can also work. And then over here, you want to pretty much focus on red, I would say. And I guess I have to say colorless too, just because this unit is here. Guidance 4 is that good, man, right? Like, if you don't have Guidance 4, you're out of luck. So, that's going to wrap us up for this video, guys. Let me know in the comment section down below what y'all think about all this. And this is your boy Tacho signing out. So, take care, fellas. And I'll catch y'all again on the flip side.